Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing wonderfully. I mean, I know that most of us are in lockdown, but I think this lockdown is the start. Okay, but anyway, what I want to talk about is I had a dream about a month ago, and I've been trying to get it out this entire time, but it just kept slipping my mind, and just recently it started pressing that I need to get this dream out. And now that I think about it, this dream that I had feels like there is something I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it just feels like there's something larger at play here. Something that's happening now, the start of it. And okay, it's a very short dream. So what I dreamt I was in some kind of truck. I was driving to this house in some kind of rural area. I don't quite know where. It was a sunny day. There were lots of people in my dream that I didn't recognize. I didn't know anyone in my dream, but there were just a lot of people that I didn't recognize. So we were on this way to this house. It's like a farmhouse or something. And it got nighttime, and I just remember I walked over to this window. I think it was a window. It was either a window, a large window, or a large see-through door. And I looked out into the night sky, and it was just field, okay? So it was field, night sky, and stars. And I just looked out. And then as I looked out, there was this massive, and I mean massive, angel. White, completely white angel, glowing white angel. This angel was so extremely massive, it didn't fit into one picture frame. I had to literally like go look up like that to see this angel. And it was facing that way, okay? It was facing that way. So I was looking at it, and it was facing that way. And then the angel turned. It turned towards me. But when it turned towards me, I saw that it was holding a very long trumpet. And it's as if he was just about to blow on it. And that was the end of my dream. So, I'm wondering, what does this mean? Does this mean that the 7 angels are going to start to sound on their trumpets? And why I think that is, because if you read what the first angel says, the first angel that blows the trumpet, fire and hail mixed with blood will be thrown onto the earth. Now, if I think about this, the only time that I know a massive fire was like on the earth was the beginning of this year, when Australia was hit with those massive fire blazes, so much to the extreme where the smoke reached into New Zealand. Even in parts of America, the smoke was reached. I think it was South America. I'm not entirely too sure about that. But the smoke reached into other countries. That is how huge the fire was. Not long after those massive fire blazes, Australia was hit with hail. Large hailstones. This sounds very, very similar to what the first angel, will bring the devastation upon the earth. Fire mixed with hail and blood. Blood could be from anything. It's just a guess, that's what I'm thinking. But I want you to keep this in mind. Back when Israel became a state in 1948. Now, God says that a generation is 70 years and 80 years if it has the strength. Okay, so God says that this generation will not pass unless all these things are fulfilled. So all these things that must be fulfilled is everything, including the Great Tribulation period. So I'm sure a lot of you can agree that we are the last generation. We can see things happening around the world, and we can see things, you know, that are adding up to scripture. So think about this. From 1948, if you add 70 years, you reach 2018. So think about it. God says this generation will not pass unless all these things be fulfilled. So that means if 2018 was the 70th year, that means that 2028 will be the 80th year, which means we have approximately less than 8 years before all of these things are fulfilled. Because if it goes beyond the 80th year, that would start a completely new generation. And it's not possible for the next generation to only start getting all these devastations and things, because we can clearly see that the things that are happening in our current lifetime is starting to match up with what the scriptures say. So if that is so, then that means we have approximately less than 8 years for the entire 7-year tribulation period to be fulfilled. So if you think about it, the start of this year started very dramatically. Fire blazes. Fire and hail in Australia. Okay, I know that it says 1/3 of the green grass will be destroyed, according to the first trumpet that the angel will blow on. I'm just pointing out a lot of ideas here for you to kind of like stick together, because it, you know, we're in this time period, and now we have the coronavirus, which is taking over. Everyone's in lockdown. I've heard a few things. You know, the very strange thing is I've heard a few things about the year 2020. The year 2020 is going to be a very, very devastating year. There's a lot of things that are going to happen in 2020. Could this be the start of the tribulation? Could this be the start? Is this lockdown period that we are in now a grace period? A time of peace before the real destruction comes? Think about that. So, interestingly enough, I have been reading this anime series. It's called Next Manga. It's a Christian anime. They have I think 6 books about different parts in the Bible. It's really, really interesting. I'm busy reading them at the moment. I've read all of them except this one here, which I'm currently reading. It's very interesting. You know, this one was just released last year, October. It is the about the book of Revelation. It tells you everything about the angels, the trumpets, the bowls. You know, it's amazing. I would definitely recommend this if you want to really get a good understanding of the Bible in picture form. It's very, very interesting. Very informative as well. So I've been reading these books for a while, and after a while I would put it away. You know, I'll get busy with life, and I would read up about, or you know, some event would pop out on the news. For example, I was just yesterday actually, or the day before, I don't know. You know, there's like Passover happening at the moment for the Jewish community, and they are in lockdown and they cannot leave the house until the morning, and which is really interesting because for about a couple of months I did not read, you know, my book at all. And when I opened it 2 days ago, or yesterday, I don't remember, when I opened it, on the chapter where I stopped, the very next chapter was Passover, the Passover chapter where they, you know, where Moses smeared the doors with blood as protection against, you know, the death angel. And a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people on Facebook sharing this particular image of people, of the image of Moses. Sorry, wait, not Moses. Wait, yes, Moses. Sorry, I'm getting so confused right now. Yes, of Moses smearing the blood on the door frames as protection. People are saying that this is a symbolic replica of, you know, coronavirus taking people's lives and stuff like that. So it's just a lot of interesting things happening at the moment, and it's, I don't know, there's just a lot of things we need to think about. I mean, we're heading into Easter today. A lot of people believe that the rapture will happen on Easter because when the Lord was crucified, that was the very first rapture. So, yeah, there's a lot to think about. There's a lot that's going on around in the world right now, and we just have to pay attention. If disaster strikes and we're still here, we just have to stay faithful until the end and put on your warrior suit, your warrior helmet, and the sword of truth. The word is your sword, and stand prepared for what may happen, because we don't know what may happen. The rapture might happen or not. I don't know. It's, you know, in the book of Revelation, it talks about a mystery. It says the mystery of God will be revealed, and we don't know what this mystery is. Could it be the rapture? Could, you know, the two witnesses, they still have to arrive. A lot of weird things are happening around the world right now. But I think this year is the start of the destruction that's yet to come. So just be prepared and stay faithful until the end. And then once again, if you want to, you know, get these, you can get them on Amazon. It's called Next Manga. I have another one here. This is the very first book. It talks about, you know, the start of creation. It's very, very interesting, very informative, very entertaining. It's very good to read. So, yes, let's see what happens next. In a way, I'm kind of excited. I'm excited about all of this because it means there's progress. There's progress. There is a definite change happening within this world, and we just need to be prepared. I was watching a movie a few days ago called The Fifth Wave. I've never watched it before, but I watched it now because they were playing a lot of like disastrous movies in this lockdown period. I mean, way to go. But in this Fifth Wave movie, these people had to get chip implants. And these chip implants were the RFID chip implants. The only difference was they implanted these chips in the back of their neck, but it was an exact replica of the RFID chip. So they're either pushing this idea forward or something, but the RFID chip thing it's there, and they're making it known. So anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying the time that you have at home. Spend this time with the Lord, reconnect back with Him, and seek His face and ask Him to reveal these things to you in this time period, because now you have the opportunity to really seek the wisdom and the things that are not known to mankind. So yeah, anyway, have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys again soon.